Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Box for the Technical Trader at TechTrader.com. It's Thursday evening, February the 18th. These are the charts of the day. Well, a consolidation day on Wall Street. I didn't think the pullback was bad. It was a nice orderly five-wave constructive pullback, not too deep. And the underlying technicals weren't bad. There was actually more advances than declines on New York. I find it to be very positively diverging. And so I wouldn't give up on this rally just yet. I think we have more to go. There's some pretty good looking charts out there, several of which we're trading and or swinging. Let's take a look at ANF, for example, swing trade that I gave you earlier this year. The stock then pulled back in a three-wave corrective right to the breakout point. Take a look at the move that it's had in the last week, almost vertical from 23.5 to 26.81. Nothing spectacular, but unbalanced volume making steady progress. Looks to me like 1, 2, 3, and 4. Fifth wave should take us to 33, 34 zone. That's my target. Looking good. 8 days to cover short. This could get interesting. Brocade with a spectacular pop on major earnings report today. You can see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave decline and the basing pattern here, which basically consisted of a pop, a pullback, a retest. There came the breakout yesterday, and today a massive explosive breakaway gap with 19.6 million. Now it did back off the high quite a bit. There is some resistance up there. But it just feels to me like this stock's got more to go. And if it stalls for a day or two or three, or even sets up a flag, watch this for a move up towards 11, maybe even as high as 11.25. Eventually, I think the intermediate target could be as high as 12.75, something like that. So let's keep an eye on this one. There's only 1.2 days to cover, but it's intriguing to me the way it popped back out and exploded with volume. Up next is CRAY, which I've been talking about for weeks, and Lord knows why I never put a swing on this. I thought I did, and that's why I never actually put it in. So my bad. But look, another nice action today was up only at 29 cents or 70 cents. But look at the inside day. After popping like that, and that's the best the bears can do, this could run. If it gets across 42.5, I'm looking for 47.8, and then as high as low 50s at the top of this channel eventually. Looking good. OBV moving. 3.87 days to cover could assist in getting this one higher. But if it forms some sort of flag or consolidation here, I may put a swing on it. Well, a stock that I'm not too fond of, but I got to tell you that the action has been great of late. It's after multiple waves down and the stock dropping from 7 all the way back to 2. You can see the pop nearly doubled it. The low here was 198 and the high today was 389, nearly 100%. I wouldn't necessarily chase it here. This is up against a resistance zone. But with the moving averages having crossed over, the major channel being broken, any pullback, perhaps down near, say, 330, 350, could be an opportunity for a move up towards 4.5 and eventually upwards of 5 to 5.25, I think would be possible. But I don't want to chase it here, so keep an eye on it. There's 6 days to cover. That could help as well. Well, the goals have been phenomenal. With JNUG and Nugget rolling, I'm not going to show you all the goals today, but in essence, they can't pull them back. They try. One day down here, and right back up again. The way it looks now, with this kind of close, this is the highest close this has had since back in July. So for me, looking at the longer term pattern, if it blows through here, it wouldn't shock me to see it run up some more, maybe even get up into that zone quickly near the high 70s, 79, 80 zone. Now the Nugget, sister company, the same thing. Nugget is more of the larger caps, and JNUG is the smaller caps. But you can see that Nugget ran up another spectacular move today, 18% or 841. We traded that very well today. Look at the resistance in here and the next target. I'm looking at 69.70 and then 85.87. I don't know if it gets to that second number, but I can see at least low to mid 60s tomorrow, and wouldn't that be nice? So let's keep an eye on this one going forward as well. Juno, well, again, another stock I don't want to chase, but with all the biotechs having some difficulty in here, this is moving undauntedly higher with volume increasing 3.8 million. There is some resistance just ahead at 39. That would be my short-term target. Secondary target has to be closer to the moving average at 41.85 and then the 43, 3.5 area. I don't know if it gets to that 40, 43 zone that quickly without a pullback. I'm actually looking to see if it pops tomorrow for it to pull back and set up some kind of consolidation in that zone that takes us eventually into the 40s and higher. 5.5 days to cover, not bad as well, but it is short-term extended as it's moved from 22.37 to 37.20. 15 points. Big damn move. Nice. KMI. Well, I'm not crazy about the gold, some of the oil stocks, but just showing some resiliency and bottoming patterns. KMI in particular, after getting creamed from the mid-30s all the way down to 11, pulled back and held this platform, is moving up and through not only the moving average, but lateral price resistance. And there may be some clear sailing on KMI all the way up near 22.5. Let's see if it sets up, runs up a little bit more, maybe into the 1920 zone, and then pulls back and gives us a consolidation. But in any case, positive action on KMI. MyTech, one of my old favorites, the base was broken here, breakaway gap and an explosive move. And then it took 2.5 months to set up a big wedge. But in the last 3 days, boom, boom, and then boom again. And this is resistance up here, going all the way back. Let's show you a 2-day chart. In this zone, I actually thought resistance was right there, near that zone. But right now, I'm looking at this stock being 7, 7.5 to test these tops in that zone. Pretty strong stuff with 2.5 million today. And look at the vast majority of volume in the last hour as it exploded from 515 to 560 nearly. Heavy, heavy volume in the last half hour with blocks traded. So this one looks intriguing as well. For the first time in a long time, I'm looking for MyTech to make a move. A couple points from here. OLED, one of my favorites. I like it. I was very upset with the market pulling it back down here. But if you take a look at where it pulled back to, that was the breakout point. It had a 3-wave corrective. It's right back up to resistance. Follow this and watch it go. If it gets to 50, we could see 57 pretty quickly. My ultimate target at the top of this channel says that OLED is headed for mid-70s. Not maybe right away, but let's see if we can get, first of all, the first objective is to get it up through today's high, and let's just say this. Above 50, it takes out the current moving average. It comes in at 50.14. So watch this tomorrow. If it gets through that, it could explode for a couple points very quickly. There's 4.7 days to cover. Well, swing trade ORBC has been acting great. It's now moved in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-wave move, but it may extend this 5th wave to more of a parallel line that gets it up near, potentially up around 9. That's my next target on it. 9 or thereabout should be the short-term swing target. If you check on ORBC in my swing trade list, you'll see that it had a target at, where is that darn thing? There it is, 9 and 12. So my first target's 9. My intermediate target's going to be up around there in that 12, 13 zone. But let's first things first. OBV surging. Volume was 1.2 million. That's excellent for that stock. And with 11.5 days to cover, we're looking at the possibility of this getting exploding here because this is in play. Look, after a long, long consolidation over a long period of time, after the big run-up, the stock has consolidated in that zone, is now breaking out. This could be interesting. Keep an eye on ORBC. RACs, well, I don't often look at stocks that are bouncing off the lows like this, but this is a powerful move. Yesterday's low, 15.05. Today's high, 21.25. A huge move with monster volume. Yesterday's volume alone was 15 million. Today, another 6. It's at resistance. I would love a pullback in this range to get us a buy around 19 and then a setup for a move into the mid-20s. But it looks pretty interesting. There's 5.5 days to cover, 5.65 to be exact. And I'm looking for at least a test of the next level coming in. It would be about 23.25. 23.24. 23.5, 24. Up here. If we do get the breakout as early as tomorrow, that may just run. Regulus. I like the way it consolidated today on an inside day and closed into the upper end of the range. That to me tells me something. First, the big breakaway gap, the run up to the declining top line, then an inside day. The gut feel here is that this is going to get through 8.85 and run up towards 10.5, 11, my next target. There's 14.4 days to cover. I do want to at least look at one silver stock, and Silver Wheaton is the one. SLW, looking really good, having run from 10 to 16, and today broke out across the declining top line of the last few sessions. I think this has the guts to get up near 18, 19. That's my target. Again, I'm not crazy about a lot of oil stocks, but when they show me this kind of volume, look at the volume on TRGP. That's Targa Resources. Huge move on huge volume. Today, almost 12 million. Steadily higher for the last 6 days as the stock rocketed. There is key resistance. This is what you want to watch on TRGP going forward, 24, 25, 30. But for me, the target's 32. There may be some resistance at the declining 50. That comes in around 27. So 27 and 32. If it stalls here and backs off and flags, could be a good setup for more upside. Polaris, look at this move since we highlighted over the weekend. Boom, boom, boom. 4 days in a row. Nice wedge and broken. Top of the channel beckons about 22.3. Lastly, win. I just love the base pattern. I like this surge across the declining tops line. I actually think it's holding up well considering it's right at resistance. The number I'm looking at is 79.5. Today's high was 79.75. We can get it up there. I can see 85 quickly and maybe in immediate term 95. It's 3.7 days to cover. A nice base pattern. A long-term declining tops line taken out, it appears. And you can see where resistance could create some havoc, but at the same time, that's pretty far up the road here in terms of the current move. Let's see if we can extend this one. So there's some ideas going forward. Have a good evening. We'll talk to you in the trading room tomorrow. Don't forget I'll be in New York this weekend and on Monday, so I won't be trading on Monday. Good night.